Okay, so a very good morning to one and all. Today we are going to see about the unit number 5, that is dynamic memory allocation and graphics in C programming. So in today's lecture, we will learn about the dynamic memory allocation in C programming. What is dynamic memory allocation? What are the different functions are available to allocate the memory dynamically in C programming? So we will learn about this. So basically, what is a dynamic memory allocation? Before going to the topics, before that we will see something about the static memory allocation. So basically, what it means is static memory allocations. We have executed lot many programs. We have seen lot many topics also. So whatever variables we have declared till time. So all these variable declarations are comes under the static memory allocation. That is, variable declaration is nothing but we are going to allocate the memory for storing some sort of data. For storage purpose, we are going to declare the variable. Talking about the static memory location. So before execution of your program, that is once your program get compiled, your memory will get allocated. So जैसे ही हम लोग वेरिएबल डिक्लेयर करते हैं, फॉर एग्जांपल इंटीजर स्पेस a, इंटीजर a लिखा है, it means that a is a variable of integer type. It means that internally your compiler will allocate the 2 byte of memory allocation, 2 byte of memory location. So that type of allocation of the memory is known as a static allocation. Before running of your program, whatever memory is allocated known as a static allocation. So there is some problem with the static allocation if we are talking about the array. You already know what they mean by array. Array is nothing but it is the collection of contiguous memory location, or we are going to store the data in a contiguous memory location. We store the homogeneous data element into the array. It means that when we have declared the array, suppose if you have written integer a of 10, suppose if you have written integer a of 10, it means that what? It means that a is the array of for 10 element. That means the size of the array a is of 10 elements. Suppose if you have written integer a of 10, it means that a is an array of 10 elements. It means that 10 byte of memory locations will get reserved. But a is declared with a size with a data type is integer. That means integer required a 2 byte of memory locations if you are using a 16 बिट अगर आपका कंपाइलर है तो आपका इंटीजर के लिए 2 बाइट का जगह लगता है, वेयर अगर आपका 32 बिट का कंपाइलर है यू रिक्वायर्ड 4 बाइट ऑफ मेमोरी लोकेशन. सो अगर साइज इज 10 है, ए का साइज 10 दिया हुआ है, दैट मींस वी रिक्वायर्ड 20 बाइट ऑफ मेमोरी लोकेशन. फॉर एवरी डेटा एलिमेंट वी रिक्वायर्ड 2 बाइट ऑफ मेमोरी लोकेशन. हर एक डेटा के लिए 2 बाइट की जगह लगेगी बिकॉज वी हैव डिक्लेयर्ड ए विद टाइप इंटीजर. So normally when we declare the integer of 10, so what your processor will do, your processor will allocate the memory with the required size. But during the execution, if you know at the execution time, you require a more memory space to store the data element into the array A. Or sometimes it may happens you will know at a runtime you require a less memory locations as you declared a more number of memory location or more size you have declared. It means that what, suppose अगर मैंने a का साइज 10 डिक्लेयर किया है लेकिन एट अ रन टाइम पे मुझे 10 से ज्यादा मेमोरी लोकेशन चाहिए, so it would not be possible in case of a static allocation. Suppose आपने 10 memory locations reserved किए हुए हैं with the help of array, but you required only 5 byte of memory location. You want to store only 5 elements, so you required 5 byte of memory location. It means that at a runtime you cannot groom the size of the array, or you cannot shrink the size of the array. That is a major disadvantage of array or the static allocation. In static allocation, you cannot increase the size of the array or you cannot decrease the size of the array at a runtime. So to recover this drawback, the concept of dynamic memory allocation is invented. So basically what it means is dynamic memory allocation in C. Dynamic memory allocation in C language enables the C programmer to allocate the memory at a run time. So rather in static allocations, what we are going to do, we are going to allocate the memory before execution of the program. And in dynamic memory allocation, what the user will do, user will allocate the memory at a runtime as per his requirement. It means that if I require 10 bytes, so I have to reserve only 10 byte of memory location. If I want 5 byte of memory location, so I have to declare, I have to reserve the 5 byte of memory location. That means the memory wastage problem will get resolved by dynamic memory allocation. In static memory allocations, once the memory is reserved, you cannot change the size of that. Once it is declared, suppose if you have declared 100 byte of memory locations, you have reserved 100 byte of memory locations, so you cannot make 110, you cannot make 90. That means ना तो उसको आप बढ़ा सकते हो, ना तो उसको आप कम कर सकते हो. So to recover these things or to recover the memory wastage problem, we will use the concept of dynamic memory location, and dynamic memory allocation will enable the programmer to allocate the memory at the runtime. At the execution time, we will be going to allocate the memory with the help of different types of methods, or we can say functions provided by dynamic memory allocations in C. So what are the different four functions we are going to use for allocating the dynamic memory, or will allocating the memory dynamically? So different four functions are provided by C programming. One is malloc.h, that is memory allocation. The name of this function is memory allocation. The full form of malloc is memory allocation. Second one is calloc. Calloc stands for continuous allocation. Calloc stands for continuous allocation. Reloc, that means reallocation of the memory which is already allocated by malloc and calloc. After that, free. Free is the function or a method which is used to free the memory which is allocated by malloc और and calloc function. जो भी मेमोरी हमने allocate किया है उसको डिफ्रीज करने का काम, that means उसको फ्री करने का काम कौन करेगा? फ्री फंक्शन करेगा. That means these are the four functions: malloc, calloc, reloc and free. These are the four functions are available for dynamic memory allocation. So these four functions are available in one header file. The name of that header file is stdlib.h. The name of that header file is stdlib.h. If you are going to use a malloc, calloc, reloc and free function, so you have to include stdlib.h header file. So it is a necessity, you have to include the std library function. Until and unless if you are not included the std library functions, you are not able to use a malloc, calloc, reloc and free function. So now we will see the functions in detail. Before that, we will see the difference between static memory allocation and dynamic memory allocation. So very first point is memory. In case of a static memory allocation, the memory is allocated at a compile time. In case of a static memory allocation, suppose if you have an integer a, so memory allocated for a will be at a compile time. So memory allocate होगा, जो memory reserved होगा for a particular variable in static memory allocations will be at a compile time. Now, in case of a dynamic memory allocation, memory will be allocated at a runtime. When you execute the program, or we can say when you run the program, at a running time, at the execution time, in case of a dynamic memory allocations, we will allocate the memory. So after that, the second point is in case of static memory allocation, so memory cannot be increased while executing the program. Once you reserve the memory, once the memory allocation is reserved, you cannot increase or decrease the size of the reserved memory. That means you cannot change the size of the reserved memory in case of static memory allocation. In case of a dynamic memory allocation, memory can be increased while executing the program. You can change the size of the memory, whatever you have reserved, you can change the size of the memory at a runtime. You can get increased or you can get decreased the memory in case of a dynamic memory allocation. After that, static memory allocation is basically used in case of an array, and whereas dynamic memory allocation will be used in case of a linked list. When we will studied about the linked list data structure. In case of data structure, linked list is one of the data structures. So for linked list, so dynamic memory allocations are widely used. So these are the differences between the static memory allocation and the dynamic memory allocation. Now we'll see the different four functions which are provided by dynamic memory allocation. After that, the very first thing is malloc function. So basically, what is a malloc function? Malloc stands for memory allocation. It allocates a single block of requested memory. With the help of malloc functions, we are going to allocate the memory dynamically. But malloc function will allocate the single block. Malloc function will allocate the so malloc is a function which is used to allocate a single block as per the request. That means malloc function will allocate a single block of memory locations. कितना भी large block क्यों ना हो, so we will use a malloc function to allocate a single block of memory locations only. Okay. After that, calloc. So calloc is a function which allocates a multiple block, which allocates a multiple block as per the requested memory. So what is the difference between the malloc and calloc? We will see in the further slides. After that, a reloc, reallocate the memory occupied by malloc or calloc. It means that if you have allocated the memory with a particular size, after some time, if you think you require a more bytes or you require a less byte, so you can change the reserved size of the memory location. It means that if you have reserved the 50 byte of memory location, but at a run time अगर आपको ये लगता है कि नहीं मुझे 50 बाइट नहीं चाहिए, मुझे 30 बाइट ही चाहिए, या फिर मुझे 50 बाइट नहीं मुझे 75 बाइट्स चाहिए, so you can change, you can reallocate the memory. It means that with the help of realloc function, we are going to reallocate the memory which is occupied by malloc or calloc function. After that, free function. Free is the function which is used to freeze the dynamically allocated memory. जो भी memory allocate हुई है उसको free करने का काम हमारा free function use करता है. Free functions हम लोग उसके लिए use करते हैं. So with the help of free, we are going to free the memory which is occupied by malloc and calloc functions so that the memory wastage problem will get recovered. That is, once you utilize the memory, so you should have to free that memory so that that particular memory allocations will be utilized for some other programs or be utilized by some other purpose. So these are the four functions we will see. So now we'll see about the malloc method in depth. So malloc or a memory allocation method in C is used to dynamically allocate a single large block of memory with a specified size. If you require 50 byte of memory location, so with the malloc functions you will reserve the large block with a size of 50 bytes. It returns a pointer of a type void which can be cast into a pointer of any form. It means that whatever pointer you have, whatever pointer is there, that means we require a pointer to initialize the memory. That is, if we require one particular block, so base address of that particular block will be stored into one pointer variable, and your malloc will return the pointer of void type. That is, once it will reserve that particular amount of memory, and it will return the pointer with a void type, which can be casted into a pointer of any form. Suppose if you have declared, if you have allocated the memory for integer variable, integer data type, so you need to cast with the integer data type. If you want to store a character data type, so you need to cast the particular address into your character. Suppose अगर आपको float data अगर store करना है, you need to convert it into the float. That means casting type should be of your whatever data you are going to process for that particular allocated memory. That means जो भी डेटा हमें उस पर्टिकुलर मेमोरी लोकेशन में स्टोर करना है, उस पर्टिकुलर डेटा को हमें क्या करना होता है, कास्ट करना होता है, बिकॉज पॉइंटर जो रिटर्न हो रहा है वो कौन से टाइप का पॉइंटर हो रहा है, वॉइड टाइप का पॉइंटर हम लोग रिटर्न करते हैं. दैट मींस malloc function will return the pointer with a type of void. It initialized each block with a default garbage value. It initialized each block with a default garbage value. It means that whatever memory is allocated dynamically with the help of malloc function, जो भी मेमोरी हमारा malloc functions के थ्रू allocate होगा, So by default whatever memory is allocated will store the garbage value. That means जो भी memory allocate होगा with the help of malloc function, it will store the value, which will store the by default value as a garbage data value. We can see the syntax of malloc function. So syntax of malloc function is ptr. Ptr is a pointer variable. After that there is a cast type. Cast type means which type of data you are going to store into the allocated memory. That means a cast type. If you want to store the integer data, so you have to cast into the integer type. You have to write down integer over here, int star. Suppose if you want to store the character data, so your cast type should be character. If you want to store the float data, so your cast type will be float. After that malloc is a keyword. Okay, malloc, malloc is a keyword. After that byte size, that means how much byte you want to reserve dynamically. Suppose if I written 25, suppose अगर मैं यहाँ पे 25 लिखता हूँ, it means that we want to reserve a 25 byte of memory location. अगर मैंने यहाँ पे 25 लिख दिया, it means that we reserve the 25 bytes of memory location. One simple example is given below. You can see on the screen integer star pointer. Pointer is ptr is a pointer variable equal to, I want to process the integer data. That means integer star, that is it is a cast type. Casting type is integer star. After that malloc is the name of the function. With the help of malloc you are going to allocate the memory. After that there is a size, how much amount of byte you want to reserve using the malloc. So what I have written, 5 into size of integer. What is the size of integer? Suppose if you are using a 16-bit compiler, so your integer size is of 2 byte. सपोज अगर आपका 32 बिट कंपाइलर है, 32 बिट प्रोसेसर है, सो यू रिक्वायर्ड अ 4 बाइट फॉर इंटीजर. सो इट मींस दैट सपोज द इंटीजर का साइज अगर 4 बाइट है, सो 4 into 5, so 4 into 5 will be equal to the 20. That means what is the answer of this? The answer of this is 20. That means this particular malloc function will reserve a 20 byte, will reserve a one block of 20 byte of memory location. है ना, एक ब्लॉक रिजर्व करेगा जिसमें कितने लोकेशंस, कितने बाइट्स रहेंगे, इसमें 20 बाइट्स रहेंगे. एंड वो जो भी आपका डेटा रिजर्व, जो भी आपका मेमोरी लोकेशंस रिजर्व होगा, अलोकेट होगा, उसमें हमने कास्ट किसमें किया, इंटीजर में. दैट इज वी आर गोइंग टू प्रोसेस द इंटीजर टाइप ऑफ डेटा. एंड आफ्टर दैट इतना मेमोरी अलोकेशन रिजर्व होने के बाद इस पर्टिकुलर एक लाइन से जो भी आपका मेमोरी रिजर्व होगा, जो भी जैसे यहाँ पे 20 बाइट ऑफ मेमोरी लोकेशन रिजर्व होगा, तो आउट ऑफ दैट द फर्स्ट एड्रेस, द वेरी फर्स्ट एड्रेस ऑफ वेरी फर्स्ट लोकेशन, जो भी जीरोथ लोकेशन, दैट मींस बेस एड्रेस हम लोग जिसको बोलते हैं, विल बी स्टोर्ड बाय दिस पीटीआर पॉइंटर. ये पीटीआर में किसका एड्रेस रहेगा? दैट पीटीआर विल होल्ड द एड्रेस ऑफ बेस एड्रेस ऑफ द फर्स्ट लोकेशन. जो आपका पहला लोकेशन रिजर्व होगा, उसका पहला लोकेशन का एड्रेस आपका पीटीआर में रहेगा. एंड विद द हेल्प ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर पीटीआर पॉइंटर वी आर गोइंग टू एक्सेस ऑल द अदर वैल्यूज विद द हेल्प ऑफ पीटीआर. दैट मींस सपोज पीटीआर में अगर आपका वैल्यू है 2000, सपोज आपके पहले लोकेशन का एड्रेस अगर 2000 है, आपको नेक्स्ट लोकेशन एड्रेस अगर चाहिए तो क्या हो जाएगा, पीटीआर को इंक्रीमेंट कर दो, पीटीआर प्लस प्लस करो तो आपको 2001 मिल जाएगा. पीटीआर फिर से पीटीआर को इंक्रीमेंट करो तो आपको 2002, यू विल गेट 2002. आफ्टर दैट फिर से पीटीआर को इंक्रीमेंट करो, यू विल गेट द पीटीआर 4. That means you will get the data from the fourth location. Likewise, that means your pointer variable always store the base address of the memory which is allocated by malloc. That means जो आपका 20 बाइट ऑफ मेमोरी लोकेशन रिजर्व हुआ है, उसमें से जो पहला लोकेशन का एड्रेस है वो आपका पीटीआर में होल्ड करके रखेगा. एंड विद द हेल्प ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर एड्रेस वी आर गोइंग टू एक्सेस द कंप्लीट डेटा थ्रू आउट द मेमोरी लोकेशंस व्हिच इज रिजर्व्ड बाय malloc. जो भी डेटा, जो भी आपका मेमोरी लोकेशन रिजर्व हुआ है, वहां से हम क्या कर सकते हैं, वहां से हम लोग पूरा डेटा एक्सेस कर सकते हैं विद द पॉइंटर. दैट मींस अ malloc मेथड. नाउ we'll see about the calloc. So malloc is a memory allocation method, whereas calloc, calloc function, calloc method. So calloc का मतलब क्या होता है? Calloc is a continuous allocation. Calloc stands for contiguous allocation. It is a method in C is used to dynamically allocate the specified number of blocks of memory of the specified type. It initializes each block with a default value 0. In case of a malloc, we will allocate the memory for one large block. We will allocate a one block of memory with a specified size. That means it will allocate the single block. It will allocate the large single block but calloc will allocate the memory for multiple blocks. Calloc will allocate the memory for multiple blocks, and that should be a contiguous allocation. जो भी memory allocation होगा वो contiguous form में होगा. It means that in malloc, suppose I want to allocate the 25 byte of memory location, so I will allocate only single block of 25 byte of memory location. But in calloc I can allocate the multiple blocks. Suppose मुझे 10 ब्लॉक चाहिए 25 bytes के, 25 locations जिसमें होने चाहिए. So with the help of calloc it is possible. So suppose if I want to allocate a 10 blocks, 10 blocks मुझे चाहिए और हर एक ब्लॉक में 20 byte locations होंगे. Okay, so that will be possible with the calloc, meaning as contiguous allocation. So it will allocate the multiple blocks. It will allocate the multiple blocks, or because it will allocate the specified number of blocks of a memory of the specified type. एक particular amount of space, एक particular amount of locations हर एक block के लिए वो क्या करेगा, allocate करेगा. And in calloc it will by default store every allocated memory with a default value as a 0. malloc में क्या होता है, in malloc every allocation, every allocated memory will be occupied by default with a garbage value. वहां पे हर एक ब्लॉक में हर एक मेमोरी अलोकेशन जो भी रिजर्व हुआ है, हर एक बाइट हर एक लोकेशन में आपका गार्बेज वैल्यू होता है. बट इन केस ऑफ अ calloc, in case of a contiguous allocation, every memory allocation, every location will hold the initial value as 0. हर एक मेमोरी जो ऑक्युपाइड होगा उसमें क्या स्टोर्ड होगा, उसमें 0 स्टोर्ड होगा. Okay, now we'll see the syntax. So syntax is a ptr. Ptr is a pointer variable. After that cast type pointer type cast value, pointer type cast type हमें देना है. So that means suppose if you want to process the integer data, so you need to require the integer. If you require a float data, so you type float. If you want to process the character data, you have to write down the character. After that calloc is a keyword. After that in bracket you need to pass two parameters. One is n. N is a number of bytes. Sorry, n is the number of blocks. कितने blocks आपको reserve करना है, कितने blocks आपको reserve करना है. After that the second parameter is element size. That is हर एक block में आपको कितने locations reserve करवाना है. N is the number of blocks. Suppose if I given the value for n is 10. 10 means I want to reserve the memory for 10 blocks. मुझे 10 blocks reserve करना है और 10 blocks के अंदर फिर कितनी memory location reserve करना है. That means it is given by the element size. Suppose the element size is 100. Suppose if I return 10 comma 100. Suppose if I return 10 comma 100, element size is 100. It means that what I want to allocate a 10 blocks. मुझे कितने blocks लगने वाले हैं? I required a 10 blocks. I want to reserve the memory for 10 blocks. And every blocks occupied the 100 location. And every blocks will occupy the 100 location. That means हर एक block में कितने location रहेंगे? 100 location रहेंगे. So that will be possible with the calloc only. In case of a malloc, we have to reserve only one block with a specified size. एक ही block reserve करेगा with a specified number of location. But in case of calloc, we can reserve the memory for the different block. Okay, with a particular specified size. So now we'll see the example. So integer ptr. So ptr is a pointer variable. After that, cast type is integer. That means we want to process the integer data. And calloc is a keyword. After that, in bracket, what we have passed 5 comma size of integer. That means what is the block size? Block size is 5. कितने blocks बनाने? 5 blocks बनाने. और हर एक block में कितने location रहने वाले हैं? कितने location रहने वाले हैं? So size of integer. Integer का size अगर 4 byte है, ठीक है? So हर एक block में जो 5 block बनेंगे, हर एक block में कितनी लोकेशंस रिजर्व रहेंगी? चार लोकेशंस रहेंगे. दैट मींस 1 ब्लॉक है तो उसमें 4 लोकेशन, 2 ब्लॉक है तो उसमें 4, 3 थर्ड ब्लॉक है तो उसमें 4, फोर्थ ब्लॉक है तो उसमें 4. लाइकवाइज इन एवरी ब्लॉक उतने नंबर ऑफ लोकेशंस क्या रहेंगे? रिजर्व रहेंगे. So that is the structure of memory location. So total number of memory locations कितने रहेंगे? We required a 20 byte of memory locations. So every block में कितने locations रहेंगे? It required a 4 bytes. It will allocate the 4 byte of memory location. So that is the calloc. Now we'll see the third function is free function. So normally what happens in case of a static allocation? What we will do, we will declare the variable. So variable declaration is nothing but we are going to allocate the memory. Once you allocate the memory, in case of static allocations, there is no option to free the memory. Okay. So once you declare the memory statically, so there is no any options to free that particular memory, whatever declared with the static allocation. But in case of a dynamic memory allocations, once you allocate the memory dynamically, you have an option, you can free the memory. आपने जो भी memory allocate किया है with the help of malloc or calloc, you can free that memory by using the free function or free method. So free method in C is used to dynamically deallocate the memory. The memory allocated using the function malloc and calloc is not deallocated on their own. It means that whatever memory you have allocated with the help of malloc and calloc function, so once you use that memory, your working is finished. After that, you need to defreeze that memory. That means deallocate that memory. So for deallocating the memory, we will use the free function. So how we will use the free function? Just you have to type free, free is the function or free is the reserved keyword. You need to pass the pointer variable. Whatever pointer, that means whatever base address stored in the particular pointer variable, you need to pass that particular pointer with the free function. So free pointer. So whatever memory occupied by that particular pointer variable will be free. So now see, suppose you have declared a memory with the help of calloc function, calloc 5 into size of integer, whatever. So the 20 byte of memory location यहाँ पे reserved होगा. If you want to free that memory, so just you have to type free in bracket pointer. So whatever memory you have allocated over here, so you will deallocate the memory with the help of free function. Just you need to pass the pointer variable. So that is the use of free method. After that, realloc. So realloc or reallocation is a method in C is used to dynamically change the memory allocation of a previously allocated memory. That means suppose previously आपने calloc और malloc के through कोई memory को allocate किया है, and after some time if you want to change the size of the allocated memory, if you want to increase the size of the allocated memory, or if you want to change the, if you want to decrease the size of the allocated memory, it is possible with the realloc function. So realloc function is used to change the size of the allocated memory previously. So syntax is ptr is equal to reallocate ptr and new size. आपको एक ptr pointer variable pass करना है with a new size. So we will see the example now. With the help of malloc functions, we have allocated the memory. So 20 byte of memory allocations we have reserved. But after sometimes if I want to change the size, so now we have changed the size with the help of realloc. ptr is equal to realloc. We have to pass the pointer variable in comma. The second parameter is the new size. New size is 10 into size of integer. So the previous size is 5 into size of integer. That is previously हमने 20 byte reserve किया था, but now realloc से मैं यहाँ पे कितना byte reserve करूँगा? That is 10 into size of integer. Size of integer is 4, so 10 into 4, 40. That means now I will reserve the 40 byte of memory locations. So that is a realloc. After that, we see a simple example of malloc function. So in teacher main, we have include one file std library function because we are going to use a malloc function, calloc function, free function, and realloc function. So after that, in main what we have written character str. That means I have declared one string pointer, one character pointer. After that, str is equal to character star malloc 25. That means with the help of malloc, we are going to reserve one block of with the size is 25. That means एक ब्लॉक में रिजर्व करने, एक ब्लॉक हम लोग रिजर्व कर रहे हैं डायनामिकली, जिसमें कितने लोकेशंस रहने वाले हैं, जिसमें 25 लोकेशंस रहने वाले हैं. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 ऐसे 25 लोकेशंस रहेंगे. आफ्टर दैट व्हाट वी हैव रिटन strcpy स्ट्रिंग कॉपी फंक्शन. सो व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू हियर, सो str इज द स्ट्रिंग कॉमा. क्या स्ट्रिंग कॉपी कर रहे हैं हम लोग? एक स्ट्रिंग पास किया है, कंप्यूटर्स आर यूजलेस. वन स्ट्रिंग एक स्टेटमेंट लिखा हुआ है, कंप्यूटर्स आर यूजलेस. तो ये कंप्यूटर्स आर यूजलेस, ये जो स्ट्रिंग है ये कहाँ पे मुझे कॉपी करना है, एसटीआर में कॉपी करना है। और एसटीआर क्या है, एसटीआर एक पॉइंटर वेरिएबल है, और ये जो पॉइंटर वेरिएबल है एसटीआर, इसमें क्या है, इसमें बेस एड्रेस किसका, ये जो फंक्शन, ये जो मैलॉक फंक्शन के थ्रू ये 25 मेमोरी लोकेशंस जो रिजर्व हुए हैं इन वन ब्लॉक, इसका जो बेस एड्रेस है, सपोज इसका बेस एड्रेस 2000 है, ठीक है, इसका बेस एड्रेस 2000 है, तो ये 2000 एड्रेस किसमें, एसटीआर में है, ठीक है। दैट मींस ये एसटीआर में आपने क्या स्टोर किया, कंप्यूटर्स आर यूजलेस, दैट मींस यहाँ पे एक स्टेटमेंट आपने एक स्ट्रिंग स्टोर किया, कंप्यूटर्स आर यूजलेस, ठीक है। आफ्टर दैट यहाँ पे उस स्ट्रिंग मैंने प्रिंट कर दिया और उसका एड्रेस मैंने प्रिंट किया कि उसका बेस एड्रेस क्या है, तो बेस एड्रेस क्या है, 2000 है। नाउ आफ्टर व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू, वी आर गोइंग टू रीअलोकेट द मेमोरी। नाउ मुझे रीअलोकेट करना है, so how we are going to reallocate, str, then after that character is the cast type, after that reallocate is the functions for reallocation, after that how much memory you want to increase, that means now किसकी memory increase करना है, str pointer की memory increase करना है, कितने से, 38 से, that means पहले 25 था, पहले कितना था, 25 था, अभी कितना कर दिया, 38 कर दिया। that means अभी जो नया मेमोरी एलोकेशन रिजर्व होगा वो एक ब्लॉक में कितने मेमोरी रहेंगे, एक ब्लॉक में 38 मेमोरी लोकेशंस यहाँ पे रहने वाला है, जैसे 1 2 3 4 5 ऐसे आपके 38 मेमोरी लोकेशंस यहाँ पे रिजर्व होगी। आफ्टर दैट व्हाट वी हैव रिटन, strcat, that means string concatenate, so strcat is a function which is used to concatenate the string, so concatenate करना है, तो concatenate कैसे करना है, str comma एक नया स्ट्रिंग मैंने अपेंड किया, they can only give you an answer। सो इनिशियली जब आपने पहले बार मेमोरी एलोकेट किया था, व्हाट वी आर स्टोर्ड इन एसटीआर, आपने एसटीआर पॉइंटर वेरिएबल में क्या स्टोर किया था, कंप्यूटर आर यूजलेस, ये एक स्ट्रिंग स्टोर किया था आपने किसमें, एसटीआर में। सो यहाँ पे पहले पहले से एसटीआर में क्या है, पहले से एसटीआर में कंप्यूटर्स आर यूजलेस, ठीक है। उसके बाद आपने क्या किया, कॉन्केटिनेट किया, कॉन्केटिनेट किया यानी अपेंड किया, पहले से क्या स्टोर्ड है, कंप्यूटर्स आर यूजलेस, इसी को अपेंड क्या होगा, अभी इसी को अपेंड होगा एक नया स्ट्रिंग, एक नया स्टेटमेंट, नया स्टेटमेंट क्या है, दे कैन ओनली गिव यू आंसर, दैट मींस एसटीआर में अभी पूरा स्टेटमेंट क्या है, कंप्यूटर्स आर यूजलेस, दे कैन ओनली गिव योर आंसर, सो दैट इज अ कंप्लीट स्टेटमेंट विल गेट स्टोर्ड इन अ एसटीआर। तो यहाँ पे फाइनली हमने एसटीआर में जो स्ट्रिंग आया हुआ है उसको डिस्प्ले किया है, एंड वी हैव प्रिंटेड द एड्रेस ऑफ द एसटीआर विद द स्टार यू, ठीक है। आफ्टर दैट फाइनली वी हैव फ्री द एसटीआर, जो भी मेमोरी एसटीआर के लिए एलोकेट हुआ था उसको हमने क्या कर दिया, फ्री कर दिया, एंड फाइनली रिटर्न 0, ठीक है। तो लाइकवाइज वी आर गोइंग टू एग्जीक्यूट द प्रोग्राम विद द हेल्प ऑफ malloc, calloc, realloc and free functions. After that, these are the differences between the malloc and calloc function. So in malloc it allocates the only single block of memory as per the request state, as per the request. After that, calloc will allocate the multiple block of requested memory, it will allocate the multiple block with a specified size. After that, now here is the example, so integer star ptr is equal to malloc 20 into size of integer, so in this example we'll allocate 20 into 4, so we'll allocate the 80 byte of memory locations. And after that, in calloc, the same example in calloc, so what it will do, so it will create the 20 blocks, now 20 comma 20 into star size of integer, so we want to create the 20 blocks, 20 blocks बनने वाले हैं, और हर एक ब्लॉक के अंदर कितना साइज रहने, कितना मेमोरी लोकेशंस रहने वाला है, 80 बाइट्स रहने वाला है। इट मींस integer size of integer is 4 bytes, so 20 into 4 will get the 80, so 80 के कितने ब्लॉक्स बनने वाले हैं, 20 ब्लॉक्स बनने वाले हैं, and in case of a malloc only one block will get reserved. After that, malloc doesn't initialize the allocated memory, it contains the garbage value. malloc से अगर कोई भी मेमोरी allocate होता है तो ये garbage value को स्टोर करेगा, in case of a calloc it will store the initial value 0. After that, typecast must be done since this function returns the void pointer, typecast will be required here. Same time typecast is also required in calloc also. So calloc as well as malloc, both the functions are required the cast value, okay, both the functions are required a cast pointer. So likewise we have studied about the malloc, calloc, realloc and free functions, all these are related with the dynamic memory allocation. Hope you all understood the concept of dynamic memory allocation. Okay, so thank you one and all, thank you.